Thank you very much. A doll handed to a child along a parade route yesterday in Bay St. Louis now has police investigating. Danny Monteverdi has a look at the throw and why the person who handed it out could now face a hate crime charge.
The signs of Carnival were still along Highway 90 in Bay St. Louis on Monday, but beads weren't the only thing coming off of floats as the crew of Nereids rolled. The signs of Carnival were still along Highway 90 in Bay St. Louis.
Route yesterday in Bay St. Louis now has police investigating. Danny Monteverdi has a look at the throw and why the person who handed it out could now face a hate crime charge.
The signs of Carnival were still along Highway 90 in Bay St. Louis on Monday, but beads weren't the only thing coming off of floats as the crew of Nereids rolled by. The Hancock County NAACP says this doll, with a strand of beads tied around its neck, was handed to a black girl in the crowd.
I wouldn't say it was shocking. I just thought it was blatant. And my first concern was, like I said, the emotional well-being of the young lady that the incident happened to.
Gregory Barabino heads up the Hancock County chapter of the Civil Rights Organization. He says he wants to see whoever made it and handed it out held accountable.
Yeah, I definitely want the person to be, if you will, prosecuted to the fullest extent.
We're trying to find out who that is, to see what intent that person had. Because if it was ill intent, then, I hate to say it, but he'd be charged with a hate crime. I mean, we can't tolerate this in our community.
Waveland Mayor Mike Smith says that while the parade began in his city, it doesn't matter that the throw was handed out next door in Bay St. Louis.
It didn't matter, because that kind of behavior is not tolerated, especially in either one of our cities.
And he says police in Bay St. Louis are now looking for whoever made and handed out the doll. Barabino says he's sad an investigation like this has to happen in this day and age.
This is 2020 in Hancock County, and we still have a long way to go.
Reporting in Bay St. Louis, Danny Monteverdi, Eyewitness News.
We reached out to the crew and Bay St. Louis police, but no one got back to us today.